G'day, today we're playing the weekly challenge in Mini Motorways. This one is set in Zurich. So this is the week of June 19th. Start with unlimited bridges and tunnels, awesome. Some colours are always circles, sure. Bridges do not require road tiles. So this is some really bargain basement bridges that we're getting here. The other good thing about unlimited bridges and tunnels is it means that we're not going to get offered those as an option, which means that we're going to get offered way more roundabouts, and a really weird way we're getting all our yellows here at the moment. More roundabouts, more motorways, sort of things that we like, other things that we want. We obviously do want those too, but it now means that we can get more things that be to our benefit. We're already in a little bit of an awkward hug, these two guys. So my week in gaming, that I seem to now be my update that I do in this first little bit. What did I play? I started playing Hi-Fi Rush. Finished that. I don't feel like I really got into it at any point. Got a ton of achievements left to go on that. But I'm not sure if I can, like, I think that'll just be a long haul thing to do. I think that in the end, I just started button mashing, and it was incredibly effective. Like left button, right button constantly, and at the same time just going X, Y, X, 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 Y, X, Y, Y, X, X, Y, Y, Y. Seemed to work as well. And then on top of that, just pressing right button every now and then to just sort of fling myself somewhere. And the combination, and just doing that constantly, any battle, just all 5 of those buttons over and over. And yeah, I was getting like S's for my speed, S's for score. I don't know. I jumped from that to once I finished that, I went to Fallen Order. So I've not played Fallen Order before, or Survivor, and I want to get to Survivor later this year. So I thought, all right, well, I'll try and knock off Fallen Order now, and I'm enjoying that. Definitely got a lot of God of War vibes to it, so it's definitely a good starting point for me. That's an interesting placement, this guy down here, because he's now means that all of these houses in the bottom are really in a much better position for this guy down the bottom. We want to reward his closeness. What that means, I mean, luckily we've got unlimited bridges, I suppose, so and just sort of like casually flick these guys around. Really weird spatial placement of houses in this one, I feel. Let's turn these guys around, maybe. Feels a little cleaner. The only thing I don't like about what I've done there is I've made this road hug against pink. That's the part I want to get rid of. I want to get rid of that part. Maybe we're just going to arch that out a little bit more, just so that we've got the option for more pink houses to appear around where those guys are. At least that green guy's really close to his houses. That's at least one guy that we can bank on being fine for a while. This yellow in the middle, on the other hand, he's in bad way. These blues I don't like either, because they're sharing. These red guys for now, especially now that we've got a circular destination on there, that's going to be a nightmare. So we've now also got the problem. I mean, we've got 2 problems here. I would gladly sort of move this these orange guys, red guys forward to allow these blues to cut through the mountain, and then just do a little motorway hop over to get to this square guy. But the problem is that all of these other blues only have a one-way route to get to the circular guy, and that's via that guy. They always have to share a driveway if they're coming this way. Otherwise, I'd have to cut the central circular guy south. That's away from where his houses are. Alright, so I'm going to cut off pink for a moment. I'm going to give that yellow house to our circular guy that's been struggling. Let's waste our unlimited bridges to get that fourth guy connected. I feel like that yellow circular guy is actually looking better since we just made that little change. I do want to address that we've got two circular destinations sharing houses on that line though. For yellow, not good. Still only got the one motorway. It's also going to cause problems here. Well, I don't need to skip around the mountain, actually. Skip up one to give a little bit of a buffer to those blues. If that guy was circular, no way would we try and operate with this long run. Well, I hate everything about that. Alright, we've got to address this real quick because this is a circular guy. Finally have a level where I can just enjoy the luxury of running straight through a mountain because there's no consequences to spending the bridges in the tunnel. And boom. They do that to me. Well, oops. Get out of the way. You don't have to connect to blue. It's in the real world. Make your own path. Again, because that guy's shown up there, we want to extend further up because we want to encourage green to show up in that area. This guy has to go the long way around. Everything that I think is a problem at the moment is fixable because we're going to hopefully get more and more motorways. And like I said, we're not going to be offered bridges and tunnels, so that should increase our chances of getting motorways. At least second guy to this lower house. I think we can break this connection too. Go that guy down. So we've got 3 guys to the top, 2 guys to the center, 3 guys to the lower center, 3 guys to the right. So there's definitely disasters in play with what we've got going on at the moment, but I'm going to just shift that green road slightly to the left just to facilitate potentially getting a blue guy to show up in that area. Got 3 motorways now, but it's kind of the fact that no one's in an extreme struggle. So now we are starting to get some red's in a really bad spot up here. Like, they're so useless. Okay, so this yellow house will run straight down and to help that guy out, and then we'll take the 2 back houses off this guy, run them up. Actually, we've got this guy here who's a 4th house for this lower one, so let's give him to the top. There's just so many yellow houses. I feel like that's slightly keeping them better off. This central yellow house is just below the river is isn't looking too great. He needs more support. There's so much room in that area too for yellow houses to show up. Or anyone to show up. If they're blue, if they're pink, they'll be handy. Just dump a green guy in there. That's a good get, that yellow. We can cut this yellow on the right hand side off from this yellow in the middle central. That'll be good. I'm going to drop that in to allow us to send a motorway down. Blue is just like, all of these houses are actually grouped in a really nice tight bunch on this left hand side, just uselessly placing themselves on the outside of the mountains, so we can't have a like a motorway just run straight from them. They'd have to go through the mountain and then out. I mean, at this point we could have them come down to, say, down here, just sort of run them across that way. Which actually might not be too bad for this guy. Where do we want to cut to? Maybe we're going to cut down here. I'm going to drop one under just in case we get green or red houses or something along there. Sure, yellow house, just put yourself somewhere like that. That's... Okay. I mean, like, as soon as we've built this road, start using our motorways, I feel like we're now going to have a demand for needing another motorway to get up here. This guy's also going to need some help. Shift him across. Firstly, get out of the way, Pink. Secondly, I think we can shift this guy more straight up that way, which might be a shorter route for him. Let this, we'll build a different... Yeah, this guy here's getting even worse. I mean, the only unused yellow house we have is the guy up here. And he's not even that far away. Like, this is a pretty okay setup he's dealing with. Okay, so I think over here, we've got so many guys here. I suppose what we could do is disconnect that guy, turn him up, that one up, and then we can run them around. I don't love it because it sort of cuts this, whoever, why not? Whoever yellow's partner is going to be in this is sort of blocked out from that. I think that that is in no way sustainable. It was built there. Out, 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 down, 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 down. And turn that guy up. I think that's slightly shorter. So it's a weird, real hard hook that they do once they come out there. This guy's definitely recovered. Getting that third house, and this lower guy does not care. We also don't need the roundabout there anymore if it's just the two of them. Should hopefully shorten their routes as well. That's also some incredibly good gets that we've got down here to help this guy out. One more orange house in that bottom corner and we can get rid of that In fact, we can get rid of it now because there's two guys here that are connected, dealing with that. A good get of that greenhouse there to help this guy out. There's some nice blue houses for connecting to this guy. Can't hook around that corner though. Let's get rid of this road. What we'll do is I do still want to keep that guy connected. So we'll just get it to go around the outside and we'll get these guys to cut through this way. Because now he gets more attention, so there's actually some more worthwhile having that set up. Now with this, I think that we can get rid of that. See this, there's yellow struggling again. This top guy's got 5 and there's a 6th guy that I could also connect for him. This guy's only got 2, but he seems okay. We've now got this 4th guy that we can send to help this one out. Let's turn him around, give this guy a 4th guy, because this guy at the top right seems to be way better off than the one down the bottom. Let's turn them around so we can, if we get more greenhouses in the top left, that'll be handy. We're up to 5 motorways, because we've actually gotten rid of any motorway that we previously placed. That's a positive. Okay, let's pause for a second here and work out the divide we need. So we've got 4 guys now who can connect on this side of pink to help him out. So we don't really need this side of this huge pink cluster to be supporting this guy down the bottom. So if we went 1, 2, 3, seem a little shallow for how many we're probably going to need. See how close we can get him. We're there. Don't like that at all, that setup. Pink guy down the bottom there. So we've got, I think we can get rid of this road. But that pink up there is not looking good. Get lost off my new road I built. Cut these 3 guys together and then turn them down, down, and then through the mountain in there. The question is, can we get rid of this tunnel that's cutting through the mountain so that we could place, say, like this line for pink down here, the bottom left, to cut across. So there are green guys that are on that line that are still using it. Let's make that weird cross. That should be fine. So the only one that's going to use that road are those 2 sort of guys sharing their intersection. So much yellow in demand here. This guy is not looking good. I want to in part say that that's because he's sharing a driveway. So we're going to get rid of that driveway. Let's do that. Get 2 extra guys connected in for him. And, I mean, obvious fix that we can do for these 3 pink guys is just move them 1 step forward. Okay, so we've got now the need for assistance over here. So what we'll do is we will just group all of these orangey red guys together, and that way. It's an absolute mess over here at the moment, but it was a quick fix. Well, that is an incredibly nice get. I don't think we need to add anyone else other than those 3. These 3 other guys could just sort of huddle together, celebrating the victory. Okay, blues in the middle here, these guys are starting to struggle. So this is something that we do want to look at. We're going to get rid of this bridge. We've got 3 motorways, so we need to come up with a solution without the bridge. Those 3 guys can have that connection there. I think those 5 mean that we can get rid of that as well. That bridge can go... That goes all the way up to there. 1 hook down. You'll go... These guys can all connect, and then we can get them to go place support up there. Okay, so with that move, what we now need to do is get access to someone different for these 2 groups. We'll see what we've got under here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys. This guy can't connect to anything on this to the left of him. Let's make that connection down, get that out, and we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Motorway to here. We don't need that extra little jump. Get him to look a different way so we can have a smooth, white sort of hook and... Oh, it's because there's that piece of road still there at the moment. So we just want to quickly see this guy shift across and clean up a little bit. But obviously there's still the traffic problem that this guy's got here that we just need to solve before they smooth out a bit. And you can see the problem wasn't the amount of houses connected to them, it was just the amount of traffic being caused because they were having to go to 2 different destinations. So that one we can say is now in a much, much healthier place. Does that look... I think either way that thing looks weird. Where those 2 are connecting. Okay, we've got another pink house at the top here. Real amazing that this orange at the top is not complaining. We do have all these orange houses down the bottom too, actually. We could also try and figure out if we can bounce up to help this guy out, if the mountains aren't favourable. Okay, so yellow is starting to freak out again. So let's have a look at our yellow options. So we have... this highway number 2 is really in the way. This guy up here has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 houses. And you can see he still doesn't look crash hot. This guy's got 4, he's freaking out. This guy's got 2, he's freaking out. Now we can fit, we've got 7 roundabouts. We can fit a little roundabout in there, which we'll do, and we'll give him a little sort of like lip up off that so we can connect someone to him. So that's someone. This guy down here has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This guy has 5. But they're sort of connected in a weird way. Same goes for this guy. He's got 9, also connected in a weird way. Let's claim these 4. Take these 2 guys here and run them across that way. Because they're the T intersection in, we're going to do the very rare use of traffic light. I use them so rarely I can't remember what they're called. The idea being that these 4 are going to be the priority and those 2 are the auxiliary. They're further away than those 4, so they should always be used after these 4. And it means that these guys will always permanently have a green light and they won't slow down for that intersection. What that means too is that we can take these 4 guys and say motorway to here. But you can see this is sort of one of those moments where yellow is just having its own little panic. So there's not too much we can do other than just try and ride out this storm. But all of them are unhappy. We do want to try and address it if we can, because we don't want to lose just because it's having its panic. Let's get that guy over there with 2. Let's get him to go help out that guy as well, because here's the other one that's looking pretty bad. This guy's looking bad as well, but nothing we can really do for him because we don't have any other motorways. I mean, what we could do is shift this motorway to help him out, but we're going to have to wait for that motorway to come back. Everyone else is currently winning except for this guy. There are bridges blocking off every direction to get to him. We can shift that guy up. I don't want to connect both of these together. I think that's just a recipe for disaster. What we'll do is we'll just give him those 2 extra guys. Yeah, this green here with his now only 2. No, he doesn't have just 2. He's got a motorway as well. He's got heaps. Don't complain. See, that guy's now recovered, so sort of our tantrum that yellow had is gone, and it's now shifted to green. Now, the problem is that I don't really have an auxiliary. Okay, that guy's now circular, so we need a motorway for him too. Okay, what we need is to be able to get... No, I've got heaps of guys for that. I keep thinking that there's only 2 guys connected to him, and there's not. There's a whole bunch that are all sitting down here. Like, way more than you should need. These 2 green guys here would be great to get across. He has 4 already. Like, he has more than enough to take care of him. I refuse to give you any more assistance. And I assume that we can see that now pink is our newest problem child. So hopefully that means that green's about to calm down. The amount of guys just waiting in line to go help that out. This hasn't really turned into the amount of motorways I was hoping it would. Instead, what it's just given me is a whole lot of what am I getting? Roundabouts. I've got no room to use them anyway. Unsurprisingly, this guy is not happy with his situation. The other thing that we could do is we've got so many extra hands here that we could just connect this orange up to that orange. But what we've just done is connect these guys, making this so much worse off. I feel like that guy should need that much extra help. That is a lovely get. We need to address something here. Either this guy or that guy. Or both. Probably address both. Let's get those 2 guys across. They're just going to have to cut. I hate the idea that they're cutting across the path of a circular destination, but that's what we've got to do right now. No, I can't get him to sneak through. This guy down here is all but cooked too. Basically, to help him, we're going to have to jump a guy across lines. That's fast enough. It feels like we've moved past the tantrum stage of this and we're just at everyone's panicking point. And there's not much way we've got to recover. I think we're just too few motorways for some of these really long distance runs. Yeah, that was should have been a motorway a long time ago. Oh, well, not too bad. I mean, it was heavy double destination one, so scores will be bumped up a little bit. Not even top 1%. 41. Any questions or comments, feel free to chuck them below. Till next time, catch you later. See ya.